¿qué tal amigos? Ya regresamos de comerciales y estamos aquí con la juez Marisela Saldana. We're talking a lot about the legal system today and why it's so important in all of our lives, because one day or another we're going to need it. And when we left off, Judge Saldana was inviting the community to come out to the courthouse. You know, it's summertime. A lot of people are taking vacation. Why not take a little educational trip one morning to the courts, to the 148th perhaps, and witness the kind of work and the kind of tension, really, if I do say so myself, because I've visited before, that there is in there. It's a serious matter a lot of the time, most of the time. And what are some quick tips that maybe some people need to know? You can't just walk in there in shorts and a sleeveless shirt, I don't think, right?
You won't be allowed to enter a courtroom if you're dressed in shorts. And occasionally we'll have persons show up in shorts, and I will ask, well, where did you think you were going? Cole Park? Perfectly appropriately dressed. Not the courthouse. Just use common sense. Mm-hmm. Common sense, long pants and shirts, and federal court is a lot more stricter environment, and that'll be called to your attention if you're not addressed appropriately. In state court, we're a little more relaxed, but just use common sense, and you'll be fine.
But still, something that I really feel everyone should do, you know, at least once in their life, go and sit and look and learn about our government. Very important thing to do. Now, I want to take a little step away from talking about what goes on in the courtroom and talk about elections and the stress that takes. You've had, you know, your experience with a few. Talk to me. I feel like it must take something out of you to work that hard and all that criticism too. I had lunch with a couple of friends today, and as I said to you a few minutes ago, I love my work. It's a wonderful work. It's challenging work, but I love my work, and I said I love it so much that I'm willing to subject myself every 4 years to the contest and to the contests that are not always pleasant, and sometimes there are nasty, kind of mean-spirited attacks on my person. But that's part of the environment, and I take it in that light. I just don't take it in a personal way. I take it as a challenge. Somebody else wants that job. I want it to. What I ask of the opponent, they're going to do their own plan and execute their campaigns in the manner in which they in the manner and the method that they choose for themselves, and they got to answer to the citizens of Nueces County. But I always say, let's talk to the citizens. You talk to the citizens alongside me, and let's tell them about our qualifications, our backgrounds, and why we should sit on that bench. And I don't think the citizens have any use for personal attacks. That's not beneficial. It doesn't help them make a decision other than to see the nastiness between people. It's like a custody case in court. When the father comes in, he wants custody. The mother comes in, she wants custody. And the dad starts talking about the mama and what a bad person she is and why she shouldn't have the children and blah, blah, blah. Then the mother's turn comes. She takes the witness stand. And she denounced the father and how he's such a bad guy and he's incapable of this and he's never been any good at this. And I said, my. Both of you sound so bad. Neither of you sound like you should. And so on and so on.
We should talk about our qualifications and why we should be elected to that office. That's the kind of campaign I look forward to taking on the road as we get ready to do this again. I've been elected 4 consecutive times. That'll be a total of 16 years of service. I'm asking to be returned to the bench and to start and complete another 4-year term in the 148th District Court. I've served 3 terms in the County Court Law Bench. That's a 4-year term, so that's 12 years. I will have completed 1 4-year term in the 148th District Court, and I've enjoyed it very, very much.
And talking a little bit about the erraticness, the nastiness of the time of elections. You know, in the past, I understand that you were criticized for timeliness and for the speed of your docket call. Do you think that those were well-founded critiques, or was that just that nastiness?
It was part of what I would characterize as a mean-spirited campaign. I am very proud, Mireya, of my work, and I will hold it up to scrutiny. Anybody who wants to check out my work record, I'm very proud of my production. I said during that last election that my numbers were compiled, and I had the highest collection rates of fine and court costs. There was never a budget in the 12 years that I served, and we're given a budget annually. I never used up the budget, the amount that was allocated to County Court Law 3. I always returned money to the citizens of Nueces County, and always was one of the highest, if not the highest, one of the highest collectors of fines and court costs. And I was, if not, if I didn't have the lowest number of cases, in other words, number 1 in production, I was right up there. I've always been very, very proud of that work. I think one time in one of the commercials, one of my opponents said, and she keeps jurors waiting until 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said in one of our public debates, kind of getting a little fed up with that, I said, I've been on the bench 12 years. This is my 12th year on the bench. Find me one juror out there that I've kept waiting like that. I'm zealous about the use of the court's time, and especially use of the jurors' time, because they're there. They don't get paid like the lawyer gets paid. They don't get paid like I get paid for the time that I spend there. They're there giving of their time as part of their service to this community. And so we owe them the best use of their time. So it can be nasty out there, but as they say, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. So it's part of the turf.
Or get out from under the hot lights of the studio, right?